Okay guys, welcome to my video on gameplay review of Platinum players. Basically, I'm just going to be reviewing the gameplay of Platinum players and kind of showing what can be improved and where they make some mistakes. I do want to note that while watching this gameplay, I realized that the players do whiff or miss a lot. That's okay. Not that it's okay to do, but the point of the video is not to critique their misses. It's to critique their gameplay. And so I will not be commenting on when they miss. I might say something like, oh, they missed the ball here. But I'm not going to be like, oh, you need to become more consistent. Because that's not really relevant to the gameplay. You guys can do that in your own time and practice your consistency with the ball. But for now, it's just gameplay that you need to focus on. So please enjoy the video. If you were not included in this video, hopefully you guys can still learn a lot from it. One final thing I want to note is that I'm not a grand champ. I'm only a champ 1, almost champ 2. But I wanted to create this to help lower players understand some of the mistakes that can help them rank up. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Let's get right into it. Alright, so the first play we see here is a play made by blue team. Orange team tries to defend, but the aggression from blue is really strong. Tries to get a clear there, it just doesn't happen. So what went wrong here? Let me slow this down. Okay, so the first thing we see is Ike pushes up to re-challenge. If you can see his positioning here, he goes back, gets a soft touch, which clears it to sidewall. Then he returns as if he's going to challenge again. This leads his teammates to think that he's going to challenge, so they get behind him, and he turns into net. This is no biggie. Shri, which is the player closest to the ball currently, and then Poker Face, they're ready for the defense, but the issue is that they both commit to the ball. This can be avoided by just Poker Face realizing that his teammate's up first, and that he doesn't need to go for it until after Shri either goes for it and misses or goes for it and clears. So to show you guys what the rotation looks like, Ike is first man here. He dips out, so then Shri becomes first man. Poker Face is now second, and Ike is now third. Shri should be going for this ball right here, but Poker Face tags along with him. And then Ike is left as third man all alone. He tries to get a soft save here, but it bounces off the back wall. He actually does get a nice tap right here. You can see for a split second, poink, but it does not lead into a save. So you see the rotation, first, second, third. Try to follow along with that throughout this whole video, because it's important. Alright, so here we see another play from blue team. Ike is in a really rough spot to defend, and he just doesn't get the clear. Blue team takes it right to their net. Let's see what went wrong here. Alright, so the first thing you should notice is that Shri cheats the ball right here. Poker Face goes for kickoff, Shri cheats the ball, and so Ike should be waiting for this play, which he does. Poker Face recommits there, so that kind of leaves him out of the game for a bit, so he needs to rotate back. The big problem here is that Ike gets a soft touch, a little bit too soft, leading right to Rathlord, who does get a hard shot on net. It hits the backboard, which leaves Poker Face in a tough spot right here, where he has to make a play. He tries to jump to save it, but they hit it to the far side of the net. If we look at it from goalie's perspective, what we can see is that Bomb and Hydro double commit to that. And so Ike actually has a few seconds to work with. Rathlord is right here. There's some distance between the ball, and what he can do is actually do one of two things. He can clear it to the right because there's no one on the right, or he can follow it by shadowing and clear it to the right side also, or to his left if he's on this side. Alright, so as you can see, if he pushed it to our left, or to his right, over here, he would have given his teammate enough time to rotate in, even if it had rolled up the left wall. His teammate would have been back for it. He just needed to buy his teammate a little bit more time, but because he gets a little bit too soft of a clear, it puts his teammate in a rough spot. Our orange team had just cheated kickoff, and it's up to Ike to make a play. He goes ahead and goes like this, and gets a soft touch on it, and that is not ideal because you want to clear it hard, not soft. I don't even know how he touched it that soft. I think it was like right after. Yeah, he touched it really soft. And so the idea is to get it, if you're gonna do it that way, get it towards the right side, which is a little difficult. The goal is to get the front of your car in front. I'm trying to do it without boost, because he didn't use any boost. So I'm trying to example it in case I think he had boost, because he went right off the kickoff. But basically, it's possible. You just have to angle yourself like that and get it to the side. Or you can even bump it back to your own net like that, kinda. Need it a little bit more. There we go. So those were some ways to clear to the right, but what you really need to be doing is shadowing like this. And shadowing is ideal since it's a little bit easier to keep control of the ball once you get your first touch. But getting the practice on that first touch is really what you need to do. You need to be ready to get underneath it like that and get it towards your own side. So here we see another small mistake. If you watch the gameplay, you see it goes right to net, barely misses. If that was a shot on net, that would have gone straight in from blue, but luckily for orange team, they missed. So what you're gonna see here, Ike goes in for a long rotation. He's third man back currently, so he needs to clear it, which he does. It goes to sidewall. Pokerface is back for this, yet somehow Hydro hits it and no one challenged. Why was that? Well, if we take a look from Shri's perspective, which is the player who is about to show up right at the bottom, right here, he commits to that ball, which was okay, but what he needed to do was from here, instead of flipping towards the ball, he needed to rotate this way, back to their back post, and which this is the back post right here, in case you don't know, it's the opposite side of the ball. Pokerface then could be second man and Shri would be third, so rotation would look like this: first, second, and third. Shri could have gotten it if Pokerface missed, because he would have been back for it rather than on the wrong side of the ball. Luckily, blue team misses, but if Shri's rotation there had gone to the right rather than the left, it could have been a hard clear. Alright, so what we're going to notice here is that Shri goes AFK, leaving orange team in a tough situation. Pokerface was expecting a pass to the right, and Ike cheats up a little bit too far. But what happens here is a really fast regain, and the team makes a great play here. Ike decides to go for the ball. Pokerface notices, backs off for a second, gets the boost. Ike recommits to that ball, tries to 50-50 with Hydro. Poker follows up next. As you can see, Shri's rotating in. Pokerface misses. Shri goes for the ball. Shri misses. But look at the rotation. Let's watch one more time. Here's the rotation. Shri was first man here. Shri was first man, about to pass to Pokerface, who was second. Ike is third. A little bit too close for third, but it works out. Ike becomes first when he has to challenge. Pokerface second. And Shri third. Shri does not re-challenge that, which is smart from him. So this play right here is actually a really smart play from the whole team. Ike initiates it. He jumps through the ball, which is called forcing. He's at a really bad angle. He doesn't know if he's going to get it, but he forces a play out of BombGhost. See how BombGhost jumps for this ball? Even though he's third man back, he's forced to keep it on their on orange team's side, and he goes for it, leaving all three of the blue team in the orange opposition corner, which means that now Pokerface and Shri for the orange team can both go in for this to clear. They do make an unfortunate double commit here, but Shri should have rotated back there, let Pokerface go for this, and kept the three-man rotation. But they double commit for it. Ike commits for it, and it goes past. Now we're going to continue to follow this play one more time. Okay, so what happens here is blue could have taken a good opportunity to get this. BombGhost goes for a pass, Rathlord goes for the shot, but it is cleared. Now what happens here is Hydra is actually cut off from his rotation. Wrath gets bumped and goes flying towards their side. His recovery needs to be straight back to net, because if BombGhost and Hydro Gamer mess this up, then at least he's back at net for this one. He doesn't have to go all the way back to net, but it's a good idea in this rank to go back to net. Instead, he recommits right here, cutting off Hydro Gamer's angle. If Hydro Gamer continues to go for this, it's a double commit, which I believe is what happens. Yes, both players go for it. Hydro realizes his teammates got it and does a backflip. Now, if this had been executed with the three-man rotation the correct way, it could have been a scoring opportunity, as it could have been cleared and then Hydra Gamer followed it up, or it could have just stayed on the orange team side, but because of that it gets cleared to the blue team side and they lose possession of the ball. Alright, so we see an unfortunate play right here. Wrath has to jump to avoid BombGhost's rotation, and so the idea here is that when you're rotating, make sure to rotate behind your teammate. BombGhost is first man right here because he is the best angle at it to clear it. Wrath commits to it, a little bit rough, it's cool though, because BombGhost has the angle. He does not get the clear. Hydra instead gets it, making him second man, and Wrath at this point is third man. So first, second, third. It is now becoming first, second, and third. And BombGhost needs to rotate back. Wrath is prepared to be second man here, and he actually goes right here to leave the net, and notices BombGhost is coming straight at him. So he does have to jump, leading to a slower recovery time, and if, for instance, the ball is being shot at you and you have one player jumping to avoid another defender, it's not going to work out in your favor. So make sure to rotate to back post. The rotation here should have looked like this from BombGhost rather than this, which leaves Rathlord having to jump to avoid the bump. And if Wrath didn't jump there, they both would have been bumped into net, and it probably would have been a disaster. So yes, okay. So what we see here is the rotation coming back from the team. Wrath recommits right here, which he should not have done. He didn't have the angle, and his teammate could have possibly knocked it towards their side or won a 50-50. The better thing to do in Wrath's situation is knock it back to your own teammate. That way it's not an enemy hit that's direct to your net. But because Pokerface was doing a little bit of a jump here, a challenge, Ghost could have committed to it. So this leads Ghost to miss the 50-50, which then goes back to Wrath again. Wrath recommits again, and Hydro Gamer's left back as third man. He tries to jump for it, messes up his jump. Luckily, he does get the tap to the side wall. but here's where the trouble starts. Alright, so once Hydro clears it to the right side, Wrath immediately plays for it, which is good. He challenges, he misses, the ball bounces back, Ghost is ready for this one. He tries to go for it, but he's a little bit slow, and an orange team scores. So here's what went wrong. BombGhost rotates in for this, and if he had jumped here, it probably would have been better than waiting, but he wasn't confident in his clear. But Hydro Gamer is the one we're going to be focusing on here. Hydro Gamer's rotation should have been back post, especially since he was coming from the left side. He could have gone to back post and been ready to help BombGhost with the defense. But what happens is BombGhost misses and no one's behind him to save it. Instead, Hydro is at an angle where the only way he could hit it is in. So make sure you rotate behind your teammates. It's very important. I think I've said it twice, maybe 3 times, I'm not sure. But yes, be sure to rotate behind your teammates.
Alright, so while I was editing this, I actually realized that a lot of the stuff that I critiqued and a lot of the gameplay I was talking about is literally just repeats of things that I've already covered, like rotation and going to back post. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video here because why edit something that you guys already get the point of? So I'm just gonna go straight into the outro. Thank you for watching though, guys. It took a lot to edit.
Alright, that concludes my review of the Platinum level gameplay. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you were just watching this video to watch it, hopefully you guys learned something from it. If you were part of this gameplay and you are watching this, hopefully you guys got to learn something from watching your own gameplay. But I'd love to do this again. So if anyone wants to be a part of it, give me a shout. Until next time. Peace out, guys. Happy New Year. Follow my Twitter right here.